There we go.
Because Tohu has this like massive following, and I don't know why. Like it's a bullet hell game, but I never hear anybody talk about the actual game. I just hear them talking about the characters and stuff, and I'm wondering how much character development you can really get in like bullet hell.
I think it's because it's made by someone. I think it's because it's an independent thing, and that Zune is completely fine. Its creator is completely fine with what people make.
Okay.
It's that.
Oh, because
I think it might have just hit at the right time, at the right place.
Because every time I blink, I see another Tohu fan or like another 1,000 Tohu people come out of the woodwork. Am I even saying it right?
Toho.
Toho? Okay.
It's possible I'm saying it wrong, but I've never checked pronunciation and such.
Yeah, I've only ever seen it written, so I don't actually know. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know too much about those games really. I seen people play them. I haven't actually played them myself.
Yeah.
But I like the what you call it, I like the shoot 'em ups they have, bullet hells and all that.
I'm so bad at bullet hells.
Me too, but I think they're funny. Anyway, so it's for me. It's just after 8. It's 11th January 2015, and we finally have the podcast up and running again.
Oh, are we live?
No, we're not live. I'm not gonna record. I can't live stream this because reasons, apparently.
But we're recording. Okay,
We're recording.
Was that whole Toho conversation just recorded?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
Surprise.
Maybe somebody can tell me how to pronounce it now.
Yeah, exactly. I thought, what hell? Just start here. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so what's been up, guys? It's been a while since we talked again.
Been a while since we've all been together. Usually
Yeah,
it's just
been just one or two of us.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Holidays went well. Went back to Michigan for a week. That was nice. I don't know. Played some Smash 4. Got some new games in my Christmas haul, including Tropical Freeze, which is fantastic. And is that it? I think that might have been the one game that I got for Christmas. But with a gift card, I got Captain Toad, and that game is also really, really great.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I had really fun on New Year's. Was down in a storage, trying to get the bloody water pump going to empty it of water. Took a couple of hours, but I was out from there before the clock struck 12 at least.
Well, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I got after that I got this nasty cough because I kind of drank sewage water for a while there.
Oh.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm just now I'm starting to get better.
Wait, was
So-
it like actual sewage water or?
Well, what happened was we got some rain coming in, and the storage is on the ground, and water started to seep in through the walls, and as it been in the ground, and Lord what knows what have been under the fridges and everything, and yeah, I got a couple of mouthfuls of that.
Ugh. Sorry, that's gross.
Yeah. But I'll start to get better.
Good.
As for me, not too much. Between here and the last podcast, I guess, I've just been like slowly picking away at the games that I've been like playing as of late. I recently started playing the copy of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance that one of my roommates has, and it's about as so far. I only played like to a little bit, but it's to a it. There's a what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that it's what I expect it to be. In that, though, maybe it's like that sort of thing that I know what it is, but actually playing is something a lot more difficult than you might expect. Otherwise, I don't think it's going to be too, but it seems fun so far. We're going to see a little... I'm sorry, I got distracted because someone jumped in and then jumped back out.
It's okay.
But so far, Metal Gear, because I saw my roommate play it, and I've seen a few playthroughs of Rising beforehand, I pretty much know what I'm getting myself into. I'm just playing very slowly because I'm listening to all of the codecs and paying attention to how much Hideo Kojima likes to talk about really random subjects and how much research he does in them.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, like, one of the characters, right before you face, like, a boss who's, like, from Algeria, like, talks a lot about Algerian food and stuff like that. And it's, like, I can kind of tell that it's that sort of thing that, like, Kojima does, and that he just does research on, like, a lot, like, just to have a lot of stuff to say, or have characters, like, basically be this sort of wealth of information. I don't know if it's right. I just know that, know that there's just a lot of information that I'm not expecting from this.
Well, Kojima is just a nut job. Like, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. Like, he's just the most insane game developer. Well, maybe not the most insane. Swery's pretty up there. But yeah, it's just super weird. And if you play any Metal Gear, you're just like, wow, this guy is weird. And that's basically the only thing I can ever think of whenever I play a Metal Gear game.
Okay, yeah. Just I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Yeah,
Oh, God.
I can bring up another. Well, as I ruined that whole conversation, I just want to take an opportunity to excuse myself for not putting up a podcast last time I was supposed to do it. For those people who don't know what happened, is basically my rendering software for everything takes up space on the hard drive while it renders, and when that thing hits, it gets big, like 36 gigabyte big while it's rendering, and I don't have that much space right now on my hard drive, so it just crashes for me every time I try to render it. So there is a podcast. It was recorded. I just can't put it into something I can actually put out on YouTube.
It sounds like you need to, like, clear your thing out. Like, maybe defragment a few things, check for errors.
No, that's fine. I did that last week. The problem is that I have that the hard drive so full of crap right now, and the problem is I use all that crap.
That's the great question. What do you need to get rid of to actually free up your hard drive space?
And it's kind of stuff I need, because the biggest program right now on that particular drive is actually the rendering software.
Yeah, I remember I had to do that, like, when I was a kid. I had to, like, give up one of these online games I used to play a little bit of, because it was taking up a lot of room, and we didn't have that much space on our old, like, computer that ran Windows XP. So I understand. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just need a new computer.
That might be needed as well, though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could basically say you need a new computer every month to keep up with stuff.
Well, the thing is, I remove stuff as I get done with it and move it to another hard drive. But I can't do that with software, and I have too much software on it right now I'm using.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting some weird echoes right now from your end, Tazy.
God damn it! Do I have to go push the talk or just flick this stupid thing on whenever I talk?
I think you should go push to talk because we get this.
I'll literally just flick this back and forth while I'm doing it. I'll flick my mic switch back and forth while I do this.
Yeah, don't do that because I get some static from it.
Bollocks.
Yeah, there's a click every time you turn it on and off.
I can't win!
No, but that's life.
Although I'd rather have the occasional click than the constant echo. So
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how to do it anyway.
Okay, we'll go with the click. Yeah, so we had a topic to discuss today, as I know at least me and Marilyn have been almost glued to our computer screens this whole week.
I've been completely enamored in my own Mafia game to try and do any sort of streaming. So that's kind of unfortunate. Well, not really, but I mean, when I have a stream up, it takes up a lot of space. So if I do anything else, it kind of freezes the stream for a moment, and the browser I use kind of can have a tendency to kind of just go that we're using too much space, we're going to close Flash for a minute, and that's not, and it doesn't appreciate that at all.
That's not stream friendly at all.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but and what people wonder what we're watching, it's awesome games done quick.
awesome games done quick is the best.
But of course, you get to see people like break games. You get to donate to a good cause. You get to take part in a very toxic chat atmosphere. You get the whole experience.
Well,
no,
if
no,
you're
no.
on Twitch.
Indeed, but I think as we are actually decent people, me and Marilyn, we used to just sit down in the IRC chat instead. Much more civil place.
Yeah, the IRC chat is much easier to handle. Trolls get kicked real fast. It's much better.
I kind of was there for a second, but like I said, I was trying to pay attention to my own stuff, so I wasn't. And also during this whole time, and like even when I had a bit of free time, everyone I'm subscribed to on YouTube is like, "Hey, you know what'd be a good time to upload like 1 hour long videos? Right now."
Oh yeah,
So
I can imagine that.
So that took up some of my time as well.
So for those of you who don't know what AGDQ is, it's a annual, well, I guess semi-annual, because they also do summer games done quick in, what is that, June? Whatever. It is a speedrunning marathon, and they pick a cause, and they have a donation tracker, so you can donate to the cause while people are streaming, and then they have incentives to donate. For instance, the most popular one is a Super Metroid donation incentive, where you can donate to either save the animals at the end of the run, or you can donate to kill the animals, which is faster, but it isn't canon. So save and kill the animals alone, those incentives alone, each got over $100,000 worth of donation over the course of the 6-day marathon. So, in total, the whole marathon raised $1 million, like $1.3 million, and it's just a really fantastic cause. All the money went to the Prevent Cancer Foundation, and if you haven't watched AGDQ, you should definitely catch some recordings of it from this year, and then plan on watching it either in the summer or back in January again.
Yeah, and everything everything is already on YouTube if you want to. Uh, if you're interested in watching it, and I mean, you can basically just search for really any game add speedrun, and you probably will see some videos from any of the marathons they did.
I would recommend a game that you are very much acquainted with because you would kind of understand a lot of what it is.
Yeah, if you're getting interested in speedrunning or watching speedrunning, definitely pick a game that you've played to start watching, and you'll just kind of understand exactly why everything they're doing is so impressive. For instance, if you like Zelda, you should go. Actually, just 31 minutes ago, a guy whose name on YouTube is BelkoFag. I'm not meaning offense by that, but that's just his name. He's been uploading all of the AGDQ videos, and 31 minutes ago he uploaded the Ocarina of Time 100% run. And that run alone is just phenomenal.
Didn't the guy go blindfolded in this time?
Yes. That's the runner guy, one of the speedrunners, did the child dungeons section of Ocarina of Time blindfolded. And he speed ran it too. So he did it. He was doing tricks and glitches while blindfolded and getting these crazy setups. And oh my gosh, it was incredible. If you missed that, even if you watched AGDQ but you missed the blindfolded Ocarina run, definitely go on YouTube and search for it because it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting to just watch anything Ocarina of Time speedrunning. And if you really want to see what I'm talking about, just check the first time. I think it was 13. The run was on like 28 minutes or something to clear. Then next year they're down to 19 minutes. So it's something incredible to watch, really.
I mean, just the very fact alone that speedrunners can clear Ocarina of Time in the world record right now is 18 minutes and 7 seconds. That's just insane. You know, that kind of proves how broken that game is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Well, technically, yeah, but technically, yeah. Actually, yeah. God, I had a point somewhere to try and counter this, but like it just slipped from my fingers. Like, no, you don't actually have that.
Yeah, you're failing miserably. You're failing miserably right now. Also, another thing with the marathon is since last year they have this special block called the task block, and that's something else.
Yeah. So I'll explain TASs to a TAS is an acronym for TAS. It's a tool-assisted speedrun, and TASs are kind of, I don't want to say controversial. I would.
You're not going to see it in a video if they show it, like flat out, because from what I have understood, like, actually doing a tool-assisted speedrun is more or less just doing a game like really slowly and trying to getting like the perfect frame on each and everything you need.
Exactly. It's you basically go through the game frame by frame and input the exact thing you want inputted on every single instance possible. And people are like, "Oh, that's cheating." But yes, of course it's cheating, but it's not. Nobody's denying that. The idea is to push the game to its absolute limit beyond human capabilities, and making a task is almost like solving this puzzle that you're creating for yourself. And then the puzzle kind of evolves as you go, and it just gets more and more complex the deeper you get into the game.
And when you finish, it's a fantastic symphony of you walking backwards across the entire stage.
So something like that. Jared, do you want to let them know what task block happened this
Um,
time? What they did with it?
Yeah, I can try to describe it. First, it was nothing really special, because, well, it is special because it's almost impossible for a human to do it. But basically, they rearranged all the obstacles in Mario Kart, the Mario Kart 64 course. Is it Choco Mountain? It's called?
Yeah, Choco Mountain.
Yeah, and basically just moving the boulders around and placing banana peels and everything, all while controlling all four players.
Racers.
Yeah.
And
So
then
that
they had people race it in real time.
yes,
So this kind of like new convoluted course that they created with the tool assisted, they made people race for real.
yes, and then I think was it the oh yes, it was the Pokemon block. It was the Pokemon section. And I don't know really much about programming and stuff. Um, but that was really something else, as someone have managed to break Pokemon Red so much that they can plug it in and make a IRC client for it.
Uh, Red is just the game to break. It was broken before, technically. We
Well,
just
no,
kind of.
like did you
No.
see this, Tazzy?
I know you can kind of. I know you can beat Red in like 5 minutes or
Okay.
so.
Yeah,
This is different. They took Red, put it in a Super Game Boy, played it on the Super Nintendo, and then data bombed the controller ports so hard that they were able to connect the Super Nintendo and the Super Game Boy and Pokemon Red to the internet and display Twitch chat through Pokemon Red.
Yeah, it wasn't just display; it was a fully functional
Chat client.
Yeah,
And it was Twitch chat. So all the faces, like the Twitch faces, are coming up in the game and on the screen in the stream, and Twitch chat is spamming, and it was insane. And they said it was a triple total takeover. They took over the cartridge, they took over the Super Game Boy, and they took over the Super Nintendo, and essentially, Pokemon played Twitch, which is
instead of the other way around.
instead of Twitch plays Pokemon. Yeah,
That sounds really interesting.
it was crazy.
Yeah, it was something else, really.
Yeah, and before that, they took Super Mario World and data bombed that through the controller ports.
Yeah, let me build up for this.
Oh,
So
go for it,
they last year they introduced the task block for the marathon, and they programmed in. They managed to glitch Super Mario World, and using the same hardware and hook it up to the hooked up to the controller ports, they managed to program in Pong and Snake on the RAM of the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, using the Mario World textures. So like the snake was like the blocks in the dungeons going around, and it had Mario's head. It
Yeah.
was good stuff.
Yes. Here, and while they were saying this, someone makes the comment of they were trying to program in Super Mario Brothers for the Super Nintendo into there, but apparently they couldn't input enough data in a short enough time. Cue this year, where they actually managed to do it.
Yeah, they got all of the original Super Mario Brothers game, NES Super Mario Brothers, into the code for Super Mario World.
Well, it's not in the code of Super. They just managed to dump the data into the Super Nintendo's RAM.
Right, onto the cartridge. Like they managed to get that whole NES game into the SNES game to play it.
Yeah.
And what I think is super interesting is they also had the Super Mario All-Stars sounds in the Super Mario Brothers NES game, so they were able to do that too.
Well,
Just
if you look at apparently the sound engine for both the NES and Super NES is similar, so they just took the music from Super Mario Brothers and just ran it through the Super Nintendo. That's why it sounds that way.
oh really? Okay, I thought they had the sound itself from All Stars.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but as if I remember correctly, the if you played Super Mario All Stars, it uses the same sound engine as Super Mario World. So it was, and as that is a modified version of the audio things they used for the NES. It understands what the input is.
Well,
Interesting.
that makes sense, technically.
I did not know that at all.
It's like you update your a software like a MIDI player. It can still play the old MIDI files. It's just that it might sound a bit better or a bit different,
Define.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that about media files and stuff. So I mean, I'm not exactly techie, so.
Yeah, I'm nerding out a bit here.
I think I noticed that in Sonic Adventure 2's Green Forest before. But that might not be the same thing, technically.
No, don't think so. But I don't know enough about that game, so I can actually give you a good answer. So yeah, that's pretty much. Do you have a good way to really describe what's going on while you're watching Awesome Games Done Quick? I mean, we had a pretty good introduction for it, but I mean, what would you describe the way of just watching it?
Technically, it's seeing a bunch of people sitting down at like playing a game and breaking it and having a lot of fun while they're doing it. Like, it's something that's enjoyable to them.
Yeah, while you're watching it, you're basically a couple thoughts are running through your head, like, man, I will never be this good. That's one thought. Two, it's just amazement at how people can be so efficient and have so much deep knowledge about games. And sometimes it's really obscure games that they have this super deep knowledge of. For instance, every year they have a block of games called Awful Games Done Quick. And, they're speedrunning William Shatner's Time Force or whatever. Like, I don't even know. Or Big Rigs, or, just games that nobody should ever be playing. And then these people just come out like, oh, there's this glitch that we found. It's like, who's we? What?
You mean there's more people than you that actually play this?
There's probably no game that you would want to speedrun more than one you don't like. But,
You mean no game you want to speedrun less?
Well, that depends on how easy it is, really.
Yeah.
Technically, you could probably argue that depending on what you need to do, speedrunning the game might make it more fun than it would be normally.
Yeah, that's true. Although I think if anybody's interested in speedrunning, one of the best principles about picking what game you want to speedrun is you have to pick a game that you know you will never get tired of. Because in order to learn speedrun strats, you have to play that game for hours and hours and hours.
Practice.
Yeah, I've played speedrun-wise, I've played Mario 64. probably I don't know, like 15 hours total of the amount of time I've spent learning the speedrun of Super Mario 64. And I really only can competently speedrun about 35 stars worth of a 120 star run. So it's just really impressive amount of time that people put into this. Time that I don't have, certainly. I kind of gave up learning because I just don't. I have life that I need to get to, and not saying these people don't have a life, but it's just impressive the amount of time.
Accursed responsibilities. If only I could just stream run Mario 64 all day.
Yeah, exactly. I would love that.
Yeah,
I've got other stuff to do, and I love the fact that there are people who can spend their time learning this stuff, and if it's what they love, I'm super grateful that they're able to do that, because then I get to watch it and appreciate that.
and all of a sudden we have entertainment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
From what I get from it is the fact that it's part of what you said, that you get amazed about what these people are managed to do with the game. I also get the dreadful feeling that I've been playing these games wrong for all these years, because just watching some of these people playing is just really entertaining.
I wouldn't say wrong. I would maybe inefficient, if you really want to go about it that way.
Yeah.
Inefficiently.
But come on, I mean, with like for example, Donkey Kong Country. I mean, you can warp 1.5 level worlds after just after finishing the first level.
Yeah, if you press A on the joint of the world map, yeah, yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's actually kind of funny because you said, "Oh, I've been playing these games wrong," but when you think about it, they're the ones playing the games wrong.
Yeah. And I mean, some of
They just get rewarded rather than punished.
Yeah, and the funny thing is the fact that they haven't really. Someone somewhere must have been bored and just done stuff, and all of a sudden, whoa, that happened.
Yeah, it's just impressive at every turn.
Yeah, because lots of speedrunning is basically just, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that either.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think I did that on accident once.
I think I did on accident once, went the wrong way, and then fell through the world.
Yeah, and I hate when that happens.
So, I wrote down a schedule for myself of the games I was most interested in, so I could kind of gaze around it.
Yeah.
Because that's how much I love AGDQ. So, for people who did not watch AGDQ, I would recommend finding YouTube videos of any of the following games that sound interesting to you. I wrote down Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freeze, Banjo-Kazooie, Diddy Kong Racing, F-Zero GX, Gimmick. Gimmick is great. If you've never seen Gimmick, search that. Like, even if you are not interested in any of the other games I'm saying, Gimmick is super crazy, and it's just this old NES game that's really obscure. Fun to watch. Anyway, moving on. Goof Troop, Donkey Kong Country 2, Legend of Zelda, Adventure of Link, Mario the Lost Levels, Mario 3, Mario World, Kaizo Mario World, which is a ROM hack of Mario World, which is intended to be just stupidly hard and impossible. And so somebody said, "Hey, I'll speedrun it."
And that happened.
Yeah. Shovel Knight, Mega Man. I just wrote down Mega Man blocks, so there's a lot of Mega Man games.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out and Punch Out Wii. Symphony of the Night. What was that, Jer?
Yeah, just adding for the Punch Out games, you get plus points for blindfolded.
Did they do it blindfolded this year?
They did not do it blindfolded this year.
Okay, that was amazing last year. Sinister 1 got all the way to Mike Tyson blindfolded. in Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and then
Yeah.
Stallard, he actually beat
Super Punch Out
Super Punch Out blindfolded. Yeah, that was crazy.
and this is the best part with when people play blindfolded, is that he actually managed to do a frame perfect. And what frame perfect means is that you have 1/16 of a second to react and give the input, because the game run it's basically the refresh rate on the frames on the TV on the console. He managed to do that by accident.
Yeah, he was like, I accidentally got a frame perfect trick there while blindfolded. Let's see. Symphony of the Night, Yoshi's Island, Metroid Prime, Zero Mission, Minish Cap, Link to the Past, Majora's Mask, Mario RPG, Mario Sunshine, Super Metroid, and Ocarina of Time. So those are just the games that I wrote down as the ones I wanted to watch.
I would add a couple of games to that list. Battle Block Theater.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, because especially since the creators of the game like like they came in from Skype to like during the whole thing.
Yeah, Behemoth was on Skype while they were doing Battle Block Theater. It was really it was just hilarious to listen to the creators watching their game get broken.
And especially the guys who ran it are basically they're I lost the word. Damn it! But they're really entertaining to watch. I would also add Battletoads and oh shit, I forgot the name. Or maybe you already said. Did you say F-Zero?
I did. I said F-Zero GX.
Oh, you did. Oh yeah. Yeah, you should really go. Okay, then it was only 2 games, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's a fun little thing.
I guess I'll add 2 things because it's one that I've seen last year and one that I caught before we started the stream. One is the Super Monkey Ball speedrun because
Oh yes.
a Super Monkey Ball actually that is something that goes entirely on physics. So technically, you can break that in an amazing way, or like you can just kind of skip whole things of the stage without like amazingly when you do. It's just kind of like they just give you a stage and intend you to go through it whatever. They expect you to do it a certain way, but you can just kind of bounce your way across if you do something just right.
You can pretty much go whatever and just bypass everything by
just bouncing up in just the right way. The only other one that I was kind of an interest in is when they speed ran Big Rigs Over the Road Racing this year, because they got Alex Navarro of Giant Bomb to do it. And if you don't know, a lot of Big Rigs Over the Road Racing's popularity came from Alex Navarro's review of it when he was part of GameStop. GameSpot. I confuse the two all the time. Mostly because it's famous for him just, like, instead of actually saying anything, it just shows him playing the game, stopping, standing up, walking outside, and laying down in the road. That's the entirety of the review. So really, if anyone was just gonna speed run the game and wasn't really wasn't known for speed running, it would have to be the person who. I'm fine with Alex doing that, really, because it's what they actually did was really funny in that, like, he basically plays the entirety of this last stage of the game backwards, and according to what when he does that, all he has to do is just go into every other stage, and it'll instantly just say that he's won because he beat the last stage. But And the thing is, on the last stage, when he instead of actually getting a winner message, the game just crashes. So that counts as beating it, I think.
Well, it is it's a stable game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I should go watch the recording of that. I missed that one.
I think you're gonna have to watch it. You and I both have to watch that because that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I unfortunately missed ZFG's 100% run of Ocarina, so I'm probably gonna watch that one first.
Yeah, and I really haven't been able to watch everything I really wanted partly because I was sick, and when you're sick you sleep a lot, and I and I managed to take a couple of good 12-hour naps there, so I missed pretty much everything I wanted to see.
You and me both. You and me both.
Also, that for some bloody reason, they managed to put all the best games at like 3 in the morning for me.
Well, that's because that's prime time for America.
Yeah, I know, but it gets a little inconvenient to try to stay up.
Well, there were some games that would have been right in the middle of the day for you, like Ocarina 100% would have been.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts, the Sonic block.
Yeah, watch a little bit of that, but then I had to leave for work.
Oh, shoot, yeah. I had a similar problem. I had to go to work the first couple days and then school,
Yeah, so note to self for next year is that is to don't get sick and get work piled up. I think that's a good tip.
Yeah, probably.
It's an important life lesson that you can totally just follow and not have. But
I don't know. Anything else we want to mention about AGDQ?
Well,
I do have to commend the fact that they basically have managed to keep this up for probably about 4 or 5 years now, actually.
I think 3.
3. Oh, okay, 3.
Maybe 4. I don't know. What was the first one?
It wasn't called AGTQ when they started. I remember that they had a couple that weren't really called that. It was really just them. It was a very small thing, and I think it was just about like 4 or 5 of them, just being in someone's house, just like having fun and playing, and just speedrunning games that way. From what it wasn't. They might have called it SGDQ, but it wasn't really AGDQ yet. Until they managed to get this whole conference room to themselves and be able to spend the whole have a big crowd there with them so that they can all just sit there and wait their turn and have more games, just more or less. I don't exactly know if they were donating to cancer at the beginning, but it was that made them famous later on, if I remember right.
That's definitely one of the things, is that they, the charity donation drive is definitely the biggest draw now. I mean, other than the games. And then the Prevent Cancer Foundation has benefited a lot from this. I mean, $1 million in charity donations to the Prevent Cancer Foundations, that's just incredible.
I think they are one of the top donators for the foundation.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's basically this big donation drive that centers around something that people find an interest in, and it's not so people are more inclined to want to give because it's something that's entertaining, and they're taking time out of their taking time to play these games and make a show of it and have fun and some such like that. So yeah, I can and it's all for a good cause. So I can appreciate that sort of dedication and willingness to go like go all the way to some like conference room that may be like on the other side of the country for some of you, for some of them, like
Not only that, I mean they have a lot of people from Europe. I mean they had, was it 3 guys from Japan?
Yeah, I think 3 guys from Japan came.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of people over from Sweden.
you know, for some it's like the other side of the planet, really.
Yeah, some Aussies
Like,
were there.
to
Worcester
do
is an Australian guy.
Oh yeah,
From what, correct me if I'm wrong, but like they don't get anything from this. They just go there, do all this stuff, and then they leave. They don't
Well-
get anything in return, right?
yeah, but well, you know, I think I really think that they just use the this whole thing for a week to dick around with each other.
Yeah,
I mean, they have a lot of fun off screen, so to speak.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of them will have their friends, or not their friends, but their stream viewers donate so that they can go to AGDQ,
Yeah,
or at least to defray the costs.
yeah, yeah, that too, but right, like it's a lot of effort.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, but remember, Tessa, you're speaking with one person that's trying to plan stuff, so manage to get over there next year.
Well, yeah, but it's a lot of people though doing that.
Are you planning on coming over next year, Jer?
I mean, this year.
Oh
This
yeah,
year.
it's now 2015.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that for some reason.
I keep forgetting I need to like, I need to do a certain something on a certain place right now.
Okay.
You'll learn about it later. I'll do it like when we're done.
Okay.
But the point I'm getting at is that it's they show it's
They were a dedicated
this
bunch.
heartwarming thing. Yeah, that they managed to speedrun games and like show, and it's not for personal gain, it's not for popularity, and it's not for money or like for some sort of object or something. If anything, they probably lose money doing all of this because I'm sure even if they pay for like a ticket, I don't know if they really like ask their stream viewers for like money to like buy things or well, I mean, like, what I mean is they don't get anything from it, and they still come back year after year after year, and year after year after year. It's like a mainly positive atmosphere, and that's for something that's gone on for 4 years, and with it's something I really think does a
Noble.
lot of good for like everyone. Do you not agree?
I agree.
I do agree too.
We are in agreement.
Oh,
All right.
don't worry about me. I'm just dying a little here.
Do you want me to send an ambulance?
Oh, it's fine. It's fine, I think. Oh, yeah. That's better. This damn cough. Yeah,
Well, I don't know what more there is to say.
yeah, me neither. And I'm starting to feel that my throat is a bit cut off from all the talking I've been doing.
All right. Well, maybe we should give you a rest then.
Yeah, I think
Indeed
that
you
would
do.
be for the best because even though I'm getting a bit better, I'm still not good.
Yeah. Take a
So,
break.
yeah. So I had to take a break. You say that a man that spent the better part of this year just sleeping.
Well, sleeping can take a lot of work. You can wake up and just be still tired, and it's like, yeah, it's very tiring being tired.
And sick. It's especially tiring to being sick.
Technically, I'm sick too, but it's nothing too serious. Especially not like last year when we all just got like terribly sick, and we all, and like two of us like living here had to go to the hospital because because like one of us could barely breathe, and the other one was like, I've been sick. Like the other one's used to being sick, but it's like, no, I've been sick for way too long. There's something up. I need to see somebody about this. Pretty much.
Ah, fun, very fun.
I'm fine.
Oh well, good. You show that there's some hope in here at least.
Just a little bit.
I'm still fine. I could get worse later, but it doesn't really matter to me.
Ah, okay. Oh well, I'm gonna stop the recording here. So say goodbye, everyone.
That's good. See you later, guys.
See ya.
Go watch AGDQ.
Yes, go watch a Awesome Games Done Quick.